Welcome to the Pederscope. Hello, I'm your host, Steve Pederson, bringing you another key to being the difference. This is episode number 48, entitled Say I Love You. Thanks for joining me. Let's get this party started. All this week on the Pederscope, if you've been joining me, you know we've been talking about love, the topic of love. And I think it's very ironic, very synchronistic, if you will, that on Monday, when I started this topic of love, I got an email. I get these emails every day from a website called Science of Imagery, and it's just an encouraging quote. It's kind of a quote of the day, comes on a picture. And the quote that day, the first day I did this topic of love, was, "Love is not about how much you say I love you, but about how much you can prove that it is true." And I thought that was a great timing. It was a great affirmation, like, hey, this is really cool. We're talking about love. Everybody's talking about love. And it reaffirmed also, it reaffirmed this idea that I had mentioned on Monday, that it's often not enough to just say words, but we actually have to back it up with action. And, certainly there's a degree of truth to that. Unless we do back up our words with actions, they are just words. However, when you say, "I love you," those are very powerful words. I remember when I was younger, in my late 20s, and I was going on dates, and there was a gal that I was dating. I was told by an influential person in my life that I should not say "I love you" to a woman unless I was ready to say, "Will you marry me?" in the next breath. And they were just trying to communicate with me the level of the gravity of the words when you say "I love you." Yeah, it's really powerful stuff. When I was also even younger than that, I remember having a conversation with my parents. There was some challenges to, well, let's say being emotional, being expressive. People were not really expressive about their feelings in my family. And I finally got the courage to sit down with my mom and dad and have a conversation with them about this. And my dad made this comment that he's like, we're Norwegians. Norwegians don't really talk about their feelings. And then he made this joke, or kind of a story to tell, basically to kind of tell the story of that. And he said that once upon a time, there was a Norwegian who loved his wife so much that he almost told her. And I know he was being kind of tongue-in-cheek, kind of joking about it, but, that's really the way things were in my family growing up. People were just, I don't agree either. That's just the way things were in my family. People were not really expressive about the words. And even just a couple of days ago, my mom, who lives in a completely different city, she had flown in from a different city, was staying at a hotel, and I was saying goodbye to her because she had visited and we were going to part, and this was it. So I wasn't going to see her again before she flew back. And as I was walking out of the door of her hotel, I was having this conflict in me. I wanted to tell her, I wanted to say "I love you," but it just felt really weird. And I thought, this is crazy. This is my mom. You should be able to tell your mom that you love her. You should be able to tell those people in your life. Sometimes guys feel like, do we even question, or there's sort of this societal thing that, oh, guys don't have feelings and guys shouldn't express their feelings and real men don't cry, these kinds of things. I think I've kind of come out of that generation that believed those kinds of things. But I really believe it is incredibly, incredibly powerful to tell someone that you love them. I mean, I tell my kids constantly, I love you, I love you, I love you. And I think, so going back to this idea of, well, words don't really mean anything. You got to back it up with action. And I think that saying I love you is an act of love, because it causes you to really be vulnerable. Why is it so hard to say I love you at times? I think when you say, well, like I mentioned, it's you're putting yourself out there. You're making yourself vulnerable, and you're putting yourself in this situation, almost like a kid who gives a Valentine's card on Valentine's Day. I mean, you're putting yourself out there, and you're putting yourself in a position where you could get hurt. Words are powerful. Words do have incredible meaning. So, let's see, because it's something that I don't know. All right, I'm just kind of reading my notes here. What are you saying when you say I love you to somebody? Obviously, it means different things for different people. Sometimes celebrities say it. Ozzy Osbourne, I've heard him say it at a concert. I'm not saying Ozzy is a heartless person. I'm just saying everybody says it. Celebrities, they say it to people that follow. Oh, I love you guys. I could say I love you guys. But I think that when we say I love you to someone, thank you. When we say I love you to someone, what we're really saying is that we're committed to their well-being, that it's something about them has made its way into your heart, that you really value them, that you care about them, you care about their well-being. If something were to happen to them, we would feel it immensely in our hearts. So say I love you to someone today. How is this a key? This is a huge key. You can make a huge, huge, huge difference in somebody's day and in somebody's life by simply telling them I love you. So that's your action step for the day, is to find somebody that you love, of course, not just to say it flippantly, but to really honestly, with all of your heart, tell somebody that you really love, even if it's really difficult to say, I love you. Guys, thanks for joining me here on the Pederscope with another key to being the difference. This has been, yes, you're welcome. This has been episode 48 entitled Say I Love You. For previous versions of the Pederscope, you can always check out my website, stevepederson.com. Catch up with all of the previous episodes, and we'll catch you on the next one. Take care.